Hey guys, want to show your support to the channel and get some awesome rewards at the same time? Then go check out my Patreon page where at whatever tier you choose that fits your budget, you'll get plenty of rewards such as updates and announcements on the regular, exclusive sneak peeks of my videos before they go up online, get yourself credited, and receive a special shout out at the end of my videos and more. Go to patreon.com/AckleyAttack44227TV to start pledging today. And don't forget to also check out and consider gifting me any items I have listed on my Amazon wishlist and even supporting me on my Streamlabs tipping page that'll also help support the channel directly. Links are in the description box below as well as on my link tree for you to check out. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Take care. Hey guys, like what we do on our channel and want to see more videos from us? Then not to worry about a thing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as turning on the notification bell so that way you can see more of our videos coming up very soon. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Hey guys, this is AckleyAttack4427 here, and welcome back to another episode of WTPU, aka What the Pickup? Now, as you may recall, in the last episode of the show, which you can see right down over here, I talked about the Bachmann Thomas Save Santa sleigh set that I got as a Christmas present last year that I figured now would be a good time for me to talk about for sure because, well, I think I gotta say, I knew I held myself off for well over a year to talk about that said Sega for sure, and to finally get it opened up and, of course, get it running pretty much after I set it up and everything. I definitely do think it actually makes it a really great set, in my opinion, for sure, So yeah, I really do love what they actually did with the headset Sega in just like that for sure, and yeah, I say this is actually the perfect one to actually run during this time of year for sure. I mean, I'm so proud of course, pretty much having it set up right back over there, over on my layout table for sure, and I think it's quite fitting to have it be right next door to, of course, on my Christmas tree, hands down, so yeah, but nevertheless, I really enjoyed that said Sega for sure, and boy, I think it was well worth it for me to get it in my hands for sure, so yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front, especially during this wonderful time of year, hands down, so yeah. If you want to check that episode out for yourself, then don't worry about a thing. There's a card over there over at the top right corner of the screen, as well as, of course, the link to it down the description box below, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front, so yeah, whichever you prefer, go right ahead, I'll wait until you come back. Yeah, take all the time you need, I'll be here by the time you come back for sure, so yeah, I'm just gonna be here pretty much sitting in my chair with, of course, this awesome train set pretty much in the background alongside my Christmas tree wrap until you come back for sure, so yeah. At least that's what I could say on that front, so I'll be here. Though I guess while we're at it, while I wait, I think I must ask, planning on having anything good during this Christmas? Well, I can name several by far, like maybe ham, turkey, maybe like a nice brunch of course, sticking eggs would be nice. Or I guess quite fitting enough to help wash it down, yeah, pretty much to wash all of them down. I I guess pretty much we'll go for some hot chocolate by far, as well as some really nice, delicious eggnog. I mean, who doesn't love having good old eggnog during Christmas time? For sure, it's really quite nice and tasty for sure. Oh wait, I think I shouldn't say that because I never tried eggnog in my life. Oh well, better luck next year, I assume. Alright, I guess seeing how you did already see the last episode of this show, we might as well go ahead and start up this episode as we normally do. Well, I guess surprisingly enough, ever since I actually did the last episode for sure, I think it got me into thinking of course, some other Bachmann Thomas models that came out that are indeed Christmas related for sure, and well, surprisingly enough, pretty much for the next episode we're here to talk about here today, that's of course what we're going to be diving into for sure, because for the next couple of things that I actually that I've got not too long ago that is devoted to, of course, talk about in its own episode for sure. I think we might as well talk about a couple of pretty much a Christmas-themed rolling stock that was part of a Bachmann Thomas Christmas set that came before the Santa Sleigh saga for sure. What, you may ask? Well, I'll reveal it right now, so yeah, what I actually got right here is, of course, pretty much of anything, these two Bachmann pretty much Christmas-themed Thomas models that I actually got that are actually a couple of rolling stocks for sure. This one being a nice Christmas gift wagon, as you can see here, and of course a really, really nice Christmas-themed Brakevan, as you can see here. So yeah. Actually, I was really lucky to actually get these two not too long ago, and I kind of figure, you know what? I think they are actually worthy enough to talk about on this show for sure, and that's exactly what we're going to do for sure. So yeah, just think of it as a really nice, interesting follow-up to, of course, what we talked about last time, and I can make the same argument for, of course, pretty much the next few that I'm going to be showing off of for sure. So yeah, but I'm getting way too ahead of myself, so with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about these two rolling stock, as you can see here. Alright guys, it looks like we finally got pretty much the Bachmann Thomas gift wagon and the Christmas-themed Brakevan right in front of us for sure. And you might be wondering to yourself, how did I manage to pretty much hang this table in pretty much in the first place? Well, I kind of figure for this case right now, rather than going down onto the floor to actually look over these two for sure, I decided to take liberties and actually get out one of my fold-out tables that I currently have to really actually pretty much really get a good perspective of course, these rolling stocks for sure. Yeah, and seeing how we don't have the box and everything to really judge pretty much these two by far, since they did originally came from an old Sega, hands down, I figured this would be the best course of action on my part, hands down, so yeah. And that would definitely go for the similar case pretty much for another thing that I'll talk about in the next couple of episodes for sure, but we'll just have to wait and see on that, So yeah, but needless to say, I think we might as well go over these two hands down, and you might be wondering, where did these two pieces of rolling stock came from, and how did I manage to obtain them for sure? Well, surprisingly enough, for the first part of that said question, it is actually quite simple. If you may recall, pretty much in the previous episode where I talked about the Thomas Saves Santa Sleigh set that I actually got pretty much beforehand, you would definitely know that pretty much of anything, the one that actually came beforehand, actually pretty much, yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, there are pretty much a few Bachmann Thomas sets that are Christmas related that came before the Santa Sleigh one for sure. Yeah, these can range from, of course, pretty much the original Thomas's Holiday Special seg that came out pretty much in 2009, then all the way to, of course, the Bachmann Thomas's Christmas Delivery set that came out in 2013. And I guess for the sake of these two pieces of rolling stock, they did originate from an old seg that came out in 2019 that goes by the name of the Bachmann Thomas's Christmas Delivery seg. So yeah, pretty much that seg set came out right around in 2019 for sure, and yeah, it is actually pretty much the third Bachmann Thomas Christmas seg that came out around that time, which actually was actually a really great one that really came out during the time of year for sure, and obviously enough, I think it is one of those sets that I wish I should have had for sure. And I guess to answer the question on how did I manage to obtain them for sure, well, surprisingly enough, that set that I actually mentioned has been long since discontinued ever since 2022 in favor of course, pretty much the Thomas Save Santa Sleigh seg for sure. But luckily enough, I did manage to find a couple of listings for those two pieces of rolling stock individually off of eBay for sure. So yeah, I managed to get these two back right around in September for sure, and of course, much like with what I did in the previous episode, I didn't bother talking about them right away, but instead waiting until this month, to be honest, to finally talk about these two pieces of rolling stock for sure, which I do think is actually the best course of action by far, So yeah, but needless to say, despite the fact that I never actually got the entire seg for myself for sure, I'm really glad that I actually got these two pieces of rolling stock for sure, so yeah. But either way, it's what I can say, of course, that front. So with that being said, I think it's time to go over these two rolling stock individually for sure. Starting with, of course, yeah, there we go, So yeah, starting with, of course, the Christmas gift wagon, from what I can gather. Yeah, I think I will have to say this is actually very, very nicely done. I'm not going to lie. I really do think Bachmann did a nice job from what I can gather from what I've actually seen. Like, of course, the flatbed itself, as you can see here, is actually very nicely painted from what I can gather, all in this nice red and green type of coloring for sure, to really make it pretty much really nice and Christmas themed for sure. And yeah, I really do think they actually did a nice job with, of course, that front, especially with the limited amount of detail they actually put into it, hands down, to really make it all the more quite interesting for sure. So yeah, and not to mention pretty much the base of the flatbed itself actually is really quite nice in this nice silver kind of color, as you can see here for sure. So yeah, pretty much when it comes to, of course, the nice Christmas coloring they actually did for the wagon itself, I really do think Bachmann really nailed it on the head, of course, that one. And as for the gifts that are actually adding on for sure, again, I really do love on what they actually did with, of course, the nice Christmas gifts for sure, right? Again, it really does play out, of course, the nice paint job they actually did, and even the line work and the detailing for the ribbons and stuff to tie everything together really does make it actually quite nice for sure. So yeah, and you might be wondering to yourself, are the gifts removable, of course, this wagon? Well, short answer, no, they're not, hands down. So yeah, literally, I guess they are actually glued, or at least tacked on to, of course, the wagon for sure. So I guess there's no way of course, getting them off for sure. But it's okay, pretty much given to what I'm actually seeing right here. I think it makes sense to leave them onto the wagon for sure, so that way any engine will come by pulling this thing, ready to give all the presents to anyone who pretty much who would really like one for sure. So yeah. But that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. But yeah, I guess regardless on that, I really do think they did a bang-up job with, of course, the Christmas gift whacking from what I could gather. Now, as for the Brakevan, that's including for sure. Yeah, I will have to say I really do love what they actually did, hands down. I think, obviously enough, is, of course, a nice little spin, or, of course, well, I guess that thing is already moving, so yeah, obviously enough, this is actually pretty much, from what I can gather, a nice new spin, or I guess a nice repaint of course, the classic Bachmann Thomas Brakevan that's been including pretty much as part of the range for sure, whether it be in different sets or on its own individually, So yeah, and again, I really do love what they actually did for the paintwork from what I could gather. Like, of course, you got a nice shade of green alongside pretty much the bottom part where the wheels are adding, even the coupling for sure, to even the roof on top, hands down, all in this nice green for sure. And even pretty much the buffers, I have to say, all coating, of course, a nice silver color for sure, actually really does tying everything all together. And of course, pretty much for the majority of the Brakevan, I really do love the nice shade of red they actually added in for sure to really make it all the more eye-popping for sure. So yeah, that's something I really do love and admire all the way. And yeah, Bachmann really did a bang-up job giving a nice new spin, of course, this Brakevan from what I can gather. And not to mention the detailing, I have to say, is also really quite nice. Like, of course, you obviously enough got a nice, pretty much a string of bells on, of course, this side and the other side for sure, all painted in from what I can gather, which I really do think is actually quite nice. And another big of a detail that I really do love and admire is that you can definitely see on top they actually really took the time to make some really, really nice icicles to go on the top for sure, which I really do think is actually really quite nice, hands down for sure. So yeah. Normally, I think pretty much of anything. I don't normally see pretty much rolling stock on train sets in general that would have the tendency to actually include icicles for sure, to which I know there are some that I really do like that did a bang-up job. So I think this one is definitely on the same category, I'm not gonna lie, so yeah. But that's at least what I can say, of course, that front for sure, So yeah, you can tell from, of course, my observation for sure, they actually really did a bang-up job with, of course, those two pieces of rolling stock, as you can see here for sure. And for while I am quite ashamed that I never got the seg where these two originally came from for sure, I really do love what they have to throw into the table on their own for sure, and I really do think they really did an amazing job, of course, that front. Yeah, I really do think Bachmann Trains did an amazing job with these two pieces of rolling stock, as you can see here, and that's something I really do love and admire all the way, and I'm really glad they actually did that, So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, with that being said, now that we finally got those out of the way, how do they fare up with, of course, my Bachmann Thomas that I got set up during this time of year? Well, I think we might as well take it on over there and find out for ourselves. Alright guys, it looks like we're back in, of course, pretty much one of my layout tables once again, and luckily enough, pretty much of anything, pretty much based on what we're seeing right here, looks like we're back, of course, the nice oval track layout where the Santa Sleigh, the Thomas Safe Santa Sleigh seg is currently being occupied for sure. Yeah, just like how it was in, of course, the previous episode. Except the only difference this time is that pretty much the Wagon with Santa Sleigh, and of course the naughty nice the naughty or nice Brakevan with Santa Claus in there. pretty much is currently being sidelined right now because, well, we've actually got the Christmas gift wagon and the Christmas-themed Brakevan taking its place for now. So yeah, but don't worry about a thing. They'll be back later on down the road. I just need to really help fill in the void with, of course, pretty much some other Christmas-themed models that we actually got. So yeah, pretty much of anything, I'm really looking forward to giving it a massive run for sure. And luckily enough, pretty much, as you can see, if I can zoom in, yeah, I think we still have good old Thomas with the Santa hat and snowplow on, like how it was in the last episode for sure. And honestly, to me, I think seeing that hooked onto those two for sure really does simulate on what it would have been like if I did get the Bachmann Thomas's Christmas delivery saga for sure. So yeah, that's actually a real good feeling, I'm not gonna lie, and I really do think it is actually quite interesting to really think over for sure. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, needless to say, I think it's about time that we give these two a massive test run for sure, now that we got Thomas coupled onto them for sure, and if I were to double check, pretty much just by zooming in a little bit, yeah, it looks like I got them coupled on just fine. So yeah, pretty much of anything, I'm looking forward to seeing on how they'll do, of course, this layout for sure. And I mean, hey, I gotta make use of course, this current Bachmann Thomas Christmas seg, anyways, from what I can gather. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and plug the speed controller in for sure. So there we go, and yeah, there we go. Looks like the speed controller is now on. So yeah, pretty much. So yeah, pretty much of anything, I'm looking forward to seeing on how it'll go from here. So yeah, with that being said, let's fire it up and give it a few laps around to see on how it goes. So here we go. I just need to slow down a little bit, just to make sure everything's yeah, I think this looks like a good enough spot for it to stop for sure. So yeah, it looks like with what I'm actually seeing right here, looks like it actually ran around the oval track layout pretty well, I'm not gonna lie, and yeah, it looks like from what I can gather, these two actually performed quite well for sure. So yeah, pretty much of anything, consider myself impressed from what I can gather. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, overall, the Christmas gift wagon and the Christmas-themed Brakevan, as you can see here, I really do enjoy those two pieces of rolling stock from what I can gather. And yeah, based on what I'm actually seeing, I think it is actually a really quite pretty much very quite nice to have around this time of year for sure. And yeah, for a while, part of me is still ashamed that I never actually got the Thomas's Christmas delivery seg back when it first came out. I'm still quite glad that I actually got those two for what they are, hands down. And yeah, at the end of the day, I really do think they are actually quite nice for sure. So yeah, and I will say, pretty much having a nice feeling of running these two with, of course, Thomas pulling them and everything really is quite nice, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, pretty much of anything, despite the Thomas's Christmas delivery seg, pretty much currently being discontinued as of now, then don't worry about a thing. I do know there are some listings for them on eBay for sure, so if you got the time, I say definitely look into buying these two off of eBay for sure if you actually got the time and the money. So yeah, but either way, I am really glad that I actually got those two for sure, and I say it's actually well worth it in the end. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest episode, and by all means, let me know down in the comments down below on what you guys think of this one for sure. I would love to know. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest episode, and well, I guess for the next episode, I think it's time that we divide pretty much set aside with, of course, these two, and I guess for the next one we're going to be talking about, I think it's about time that we're going to be talking about a little something recent that we actually got from Bachmann Trains for sure. So yeah, I won't say what exactly, but you'll definitely see in the next episode once it comes out for sure. But until then, I think it's time for Thomas to deliver all these pretty much all these gifts and stuff. So yeah, and yeah, there we go. Just need to give it a nice push. So yeah, I guess we'll leave it at that. So yeah, always gonna love Thomas running around this whole entire layout for sure. So yeah, I guess I'll leave it at that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next episode. Take care. Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/AckleyTackTV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is AckleyTack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions, for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyTackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.